What's up, Copy Squad? It's your boy Kyle Milligan coming to you live from downtown Denver, Colorado. Today I want to talk about this breakthrough I kind of had about writing copy. Essentially, this is about how to start writing copy, and I mean that literally. Like, I almost wanted to title it How to Get Started in Copywriting, because I'm not talking about like the profession, how to become a copywriter. I'm talking about like literally how to get started writing your copy. So some things you got to kind of have to start. You got to have some research on your product or topic, okay? So first, before you begin doing any of this, you have to kind of have done some reading, okay? I say that, research is 66.66% of the job. Like, before you can start writing, generally spend most of your time, even before you start writing and while you're writing, doing the research. So you got to have some sort of background research. It doesn't have to be days and days, or weeks, but it should be like adequate amount of research on the topic and the kind of general theme of like what you're writing about. And the other thing is, big idea is not yet necessary, because I didn't really have a firm big idea. I kind of had like a vague big idea, and that's kind of where it all started. So here's what step one is. Okay, step one to get started writing copy. Just start, okay? And I know that's such a stupid, like, non-pragmatic thing to say, but essentially what you need to do is get some words on the page. So you have like a little basis of research, and it can be like, okay, so how can I take this and kind of like sell this information to my reader? So this is how it works for me, and it might be different for everybody, but for me, dude, like I talked about yesterday, I said nobody wants to help you because you can't optimize zero. I can't optimize zero. I can't come up with material or ideas without putting something on the page first. The next thing is step two, which is once you start putting pen to paper, once you start putting something down on your project, okay, something strange starts to happen, which Steven Pressfield calls evoking the muse. What happens is you do what's called evoking the muse. Essentially, you're bringing on, and this is from Steven Pressfield's The War of Art. He says basically whenever you sit down to do your work, you kind of evoke some sort of divine assistance from what he defines as a muse, sort of like an angel of inspiration, okay? And he says that the muse adores the craftsman and will come to the aid of an artist doing their work, is basically what he talks about. And essentially what he's saying is like, the muse does not like just come to like these brilliant people. It doesn't say like, okay, I choose you and I'm gonna come down and just give you all this inspiration, make you brilliant, and you're gonna go out and do awesome things. Instead, what he argues is that the muse favors the person who just comes and does the work every single day. The person who is just doing their craft, the muse loves that person. So basically the act of working first inspires the muse, and then that inspires the idea, not the other way around. So another thing I want to talk about is something related to this is Mark Manson has written about this too in another way. He wrote, most people only commit to an action if they feel a certain level of motivation, and they feel motivation when they feel emotional inspiration. So this is the whiteboard. So Mark Manson says that most people think that getting inspired and doing work works like this. They think it's inspiration, motivation, and then action, okay? So this is this is the get started mentality. Like, I need help getting started. Like, how do I get started? Right? These people are stuck, all right? Because you're not doing anything, all right? And I'm gonna explain how to get out of this rut. And what Mark Manson says is that this isn't just a linear progress of, oh, I got inspiration, now I'm motivated to write, so I'm going to write. Instead, what Mark Manson says is this is a cycle. This is a cycle that looks like this. And he says you can hack this cycle by starting at the end. You can start at action, and you can come all the way back. Like, once you start the action, it will cause inspiration. That's what Mark Manson argues, okay? And Steven Pressfield inside The War of Art, he calls this part right here where action inspires inspiration, he calls it evoking the muse. Got that? So you see how that works? But basically Mark Manson said that everyone thinks it's inspiration, motivation, action. But what you really got to do is you can start with the action and it will inspire inspiration. The same way that Steven Pressfield says in The War of Art that doing things, like doing the work, calls upon the muse. It evokes the muse. It gets the person or the angel or the inspiration, the goddess, whatever, to come down, and because the muse adores the craftsman, okay? So step one is to take action, right? So now you know that the order is this. The order is first, one, take action. You need to start writing something, okay? Then step two actually comes from Steven Pressfield's other books. Like, one book is called Do the Work. That's where he talks about this. In the book Do the Work, which is a follow-up to The War of Art, he talks about stay stupid, trust the soup. He calls it trusting the soup. And basically, this is trusting the soup, where you have to trust this soup that taking action will evoke the muse, okay? I'll give you another example of how he explained that. In another one of his books called Turning Pro, he talks about trust the mystery. And essentially what he did is he explained that people who are going through improvisation, one of their biggest fears is they're gonna get on the stage and they won't know what to talk about. Like they'll just run out of material or something like that. And there's a famous improv coach who basically explains you need to trust the mystery. And the way they do this is they have this exercise where there's a box, okay? There's like an imaginary box. Now you open the box and you look inside. What's inside the box? There's always something inside the box when you think of it like that. Like, it's an imaginary box, you imagine it, someone told you to open it. Whenever I tell you to open it and look inside, you can tell me what's inside that box. And what Steven Pressfield says and that improv coach says is trust the mystery. There's always something inside the box. So step one is to take action. Open the box. You need to write something. You need to open the box. Step two is to trust the soup, trust the mystery. There will be something inside the box once you start writing, okay? There will be something inside the box, and that will call down the muse. And it's at that point where you'll have all these sparks, flashes of inspiration, and you'll be able to write the copy, right? That's what we're always talking about. Again, this is not a live about how to get started in the profession of copywriting. This is how to get started writing the actual copy, okay? And again, people who come to me with questions like, how do I get started? You don't have a problem. I can't optimize zero, and the muse will not come to you anyway, so it won't work. It won't help you, okay? All this to say, like, this will just get you writing copy. It doesn't guarantee that your copy will be awesome. Like, will my promo be amazing or incredible? I don't know. I can't tell until it's done. And basically, there's no guarantees of those things. You just kind of trust the process, and this makes it repeatable and something that you can continue to embrace until you do have that big hit. You know, every promo is not a big hit, but you just trust the process. You can't really control your outcomes, but you can control your inputs, and that's what I'm trying to encourage you to do. Because a lot of people are saying, like, how do I write a promo? No. You're putting the cart before the horse. Like, think about how you can start taking action. That's what I try to help you do here. And I also offer help for folks inside the Copy Squad Inner Circle, one-on-one. I'll call it more group style mentoring, because I have these Tuesday conference calls every other Tuesday. We get together, we talk copy, talk marketing, talk about your sales funnel, your process, and how we can improve upon it, okay? Also, you'll get access to trainings, okay? So I've been arranging like trainings with experts. We've got an email marketing training in there. We've got a headline training. And then the other thing is I'll have sales letter breakdowns every other Tuesday on what's sales letters that are making 7 figures. So it'll basically reverse engineer what's making those things work. And this will, again, all this stuff helps you evoke the muse and helps you write better copy. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. That's all I got for today. I hope this was helpful. I hope it made sense. It was a little bit rambly, but I hope you got something out of it that'll help you start writing copy and inspired you today. Until next time, peace out, Copy Squad.